Hello everyone, my name is Cactus and we're back to playing Murders on the Yangtze River. Alright, so this time we are here with our assistant. And I actually forgot what we were doing. I guess we talked to him. No, actually we inspect the corpse again. What? Wait, what? What is my... Oh yeah, the wardrobe! We're supposed to unlock this because our assistant is really good at unlocking locked things, I guess. Afu, this wardrobe is locked. Do you think you could find a way to open it? No problem. This kind of ball-pin spring lock is a piece of cake. I will leave it to you then. What you doing touching that wardrobe for, you punk? I thought I told you not to mess with the crime scene. Officer Ma, this wardrobe is one of the few remaining blind spots. If this leads to an error in the investigation, surely no one would want to see that outcome? Of course! Due diligence is crucial in this case. You better be careful when you're opening that. Don't worry, Mr. Officer, I'm an expert on locks. What? What am I doing here? Well, we're supposed to start with the first one. This one. What? Oh no, we're doing it in order, okay. There is an order to it. Now this one. Nope. Hey, this is tough. Bro, I'm so unlucky, are you kidding me? If I make a mistake. I knew I shouldn't have pressed that one. But finally, the door is unlocked. Haha, I did it! So let's see what's over here. Look, Shen, it looks like someone hid inside this wardrobe before. Guys! I told you! Either last episode or the one before, I told you that someone must have hid in the wardrobe. I knew it all along, okay. Partition board removed, clothes spilled, enough space for one to hide. Could it be that the murderer once hid inside this wardrobe? There is no rush to jump to conclusions. Let us first examine the scene carefully. We're such a thoughtful guy. Okay, let's see. I guess we'll inspect the clothes. These are all clean clothes. They are now piled up on one side. We have a mountain of clothes and I'm about to climb it. These clothes are compressed. The board couldn't compress clothes alone. So, someone was here. Let's look at the board. Look, the partition board should have been laid horizontally on the wooden frames. True. The color on the sides of the wooden frame are old, yet the color on top seems new. It is very likely that this partition board was removed recently. I have no idea what they said. I have no idea what else to inspect as well. This? No? I see this thing between the oh, this thing at the bottom? Shen, there's a strip of cloth over here. Could this be a clue? Take it out for further examination. Alright. It's a sash. Shen, it's a bunched up strip of cloth. It was probably used as a ribbon to tie up quilts. What is that? What is a quilt? This ribbon is dirty in the middle. It seems to be smudged with dust. The ribbon is dirty. Did they tie up a body with it? What? This quilt has traces of binding, so the ribbon most likely was removed from there. Why would someone remove the ribbon from a bundled quilt and stuff? and stuff it inside the clothes. Indeed, it is quite peculiar. We need to record this situation. Tough fabric, smudged with dust in the middle, used to tie quilts but was removed and stuffed into the clothes pile. What in tarnation have we stumbled upon? What if our guy, the dead guy, I forgot his name already, what if he was into some strange business as well? Shen, what is that black spot? A wood chip. All the clothes are clean. I guess a piece broke off from the partition board and landed there. No, the color and texture of this wood chip differs from that of the partition board. So it's part of something else. I'm knowledgeable in wood. Let me take a look. It really is different. Let me smell it as well. Let's give it a little sniff. So, what's your conclusion, Afu? Without a doubt, it's not the same material as the partition board. No shit. Okay. Explain your deduction. Camphor wood wardrobes can repel insects and leave a lasting fragrance on clothes stored within. However, this chip has no fragrance. It's brownish and hard. It seems like pine wood. The dead guy's hair smelled like camphor wood, if I remember correctly. That's probably from his clothes, I guess? So what's a pine wood doing here? Why would a pine wood chip appear in a wardrobe made of camphor wood? Worth noting. We need to keep an eye out for objects made from pine wood in this house. Understood. A brown pine wood chip found in the wardrobe. It is a different material than the partition board. I really do not want to use a hint because that would hurt my ego. This seems quite odd. Shen, have you noticed something unusual? Look closely at the bottom of the wardrobe. The left side with clothes has collected dust. So what does that mean? Yet the empty space to the right is unusually clean, as if it had just been wiped. Okay, then it seems like someone cleaned this place. But who could it have been? Someone who arrived at the crime scene? What do I do? Let's check a ribbon in the wardrobe. Why would they remove the ribbon from the quilt and stuff it in the clothes pile? This ribbon is dirty in the middle, it must have been used. Okay, yeah, I know this, bro. There are no rope marks present on both Lope and me. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I see. Then again, this ribbon, I can't help but feel like I've seen it before. It's the thing that they tie the rice with, no? Where was it? I remember now. When I arrived last night, I saw cloth strips hanging from the ceiling. Oh! Could it be that Lope was strangled to death before he was stabbed? No, bro, he doesn't have any marks on his neck, right? No, then there would be strangulation marks around the corpse's neck. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's not check that. What? Bro, just let me read. Is it broken? Chat, my menu is broken. So, what do I do? Facts. So, hesitation. Wait. Bro, this menu is broken. I'm not pressing to go down, but it's being pressed. I'm not using the menu anymore. I'm sorry, guys. So, maybe we talk to this guy in order to uncover the truth. Okay. Whatever. Okay, I have no questions for him. Could I ask him? What is he holding actually? You're all over the place. You're not messing with the crime scene, are you? Rest assured, Officer Ma, I am a professional in that aspect. In order to find out the truth, I would like Officer Ma to answer a few of my questions. Go on then, ask away. Oh yeah, what about your dispute with low pay? Officer Ma, I heard that you once had a dispute with low pay. Could you elaborate on that? The audacity, how dare you suspect me? Well, anyone is suspicious. Anyone who is at the crime scene, okay? Sorry guys. I have yet to confirm a suspect now. I also believe that Officer Ma has nothing to hide. I bet you heard this rumor from Yangtze, didn't you? Master Law enjoyed drinking with me and talking about my past cases, you know, for source material. So you were like his inspiration, his muse, okay? But Master Law is always listening to me. He rarely talks about himself, so I got to ask, and only then did I know how hard it was to write stuff and what he had to deal with from his fame. So where is he famous in? I was drunk and riled up, drawing out my sword to ask the gods why they'd make Master Law suffer. What? He was born to put all of his talent in writing books. Why is bro going like this? He's just like me for real. Younger saw us when he came to deliver something, but I didn't know he would do me dirty like that. Me? Have a fight with Master Law? Balloony! Go on then, ask away. It's alright, ma'am. I completely trust what you said so far. Anyways, maybe we should just check this out. What about the peculiar wood chip? Where did the wood chip found in the wardrobe come from? Shen, why is this wood chip worth investigating? How is it connected to this case? Isn't it common for something dirty to stick onto clothes? The wood chip appears between two piles of clean clothes. Also, it is made of a different wood. That's the reason why I'm so interested. Its relevance to the case depends on where it came from. Perhaps the wood chip came from this place. Present? What am I presenting? This is unplayable. This is literally unplayable. I might have to restart the game from. Perhaps the wood chip came from this place. So I can present something? Could it be from the door? Let's try the door. Shen, this wood chip fell from the door latch. The material and texture is a perfect match with the door latch's fracture. Wait, for real? So whoever cracked open the door, which is Officer Ma and the guy Lo Shiwen? No. What's his name? I don't know. I think it's Lo Shiwen, but I'm not sure. So one of those two guys is the suspect. Because they cracked the door, and why would there be a piece of the wood from the door in the wardrobe? I'm so confused. I don't know. Well done. This may just be the key to unlocking the truth. But, very strange, how could a wood chip from the fracture of a door latch appear in a wardrobe? As the case gradually becomes clearer, the answer will come to light. Anyways. Seems like their relationship is quite complicated. Officer Ma tried to make light of the situation during our discussion. However, my intuition tells me that this connection with Lo Pei is not as simple as he depicts. Let's ask this guy about something. What about Lo Pei's apparel? Your uncle's attire coat, deerstalker, and false mustache was quite unusual. Maybe he's a runaway, like he was a criminal in a past life. And Officer Ma is actually here to keep him in check, but it's like a secret operation. I might be getting out of hand here. But anyways, so what do you have to say about that? The hat and mustache were all characteristics of his novelist identity. He purposely dressed himself up this way to become famous. So that ill-fitting strange coat was also one of his characteristics? Strange coat? You mean that western wind coat he wore all the time? Precisely, the wind coat made of silk. The tailor-made coat was one of my uncle's characteristics. He spent a lot to hire the best tailor and use the best fabric for the coat. But it turned out... The fact that this wind coat is not present at the crime scene is what caught my attention. So someone took it away from here? Why is he making that suspicious face, bro? So you're saying that my uncle's coat disappeared into thin air? Perhaps the murderer took it with them. The way you said it, Mr. Shen, sounds as if it were a plot from a novel. Wait. What's his novel about, the one he was writing? Could someone perhaps recreate the novel? I have no more questions for you, thank you so much. Let's check our little notes. What about the disappearing coat? According to Lo Shiwen, this coat was tailor-made for Lo Pei. The coat was one of the characteristics of Lo Pei's novelist identity. He always wore it. Something of such importance ought to be left at the scene. However, it is no longer in this room. The murderer is the only person who has left this room. He must have taken the coat with him. The murderer must have had a reason to do so. Most likely the murderer took it. Okay, but who is the murderer? Mr. Shen, you've looked through this place. Should you explain your reasoning to Lord? Quit wasting time if you ain't got a proper answer. Just let me arrest you. Oh, I'm still being accused? Are you kidding me, man? I'm helping you out here. Begin my deduction? Now? Shen, what do we do? There are still a lot of mysteries we haven't solved yet. We have already examined all the places that could be investigated within the courtyard. Even though the truth is yet to be clear, we need to discuss the case with Judge Chang. What am I doing? Is it time for a trial? Judge Chang, I believe that we are now able to discuss this case. If so, you may begin. Hell yeah, the lawyer pose. When the deceased was discovered, this room was in a sealed-off state. The window cannot be opened, leaving us the front door, locked from the inside. When the front door was reopened, the deceased and I were the only people inside the room. Under these circumstances, everyone, including myself, would instinctively believe that the murderer must be someone who is still within this room, which would be me. Hence, we have all neglected the possibility of a third person hiding inside this room. Alright, tell me, where on earth would this person be hiding? In the closet. that would be the wardrobe. All traces within the wardrobe show that someone was hiding inside it not long ago. There was another person in the room? Mr. Shen, was the person hiding in the wardrobe the murderer? Good question. If only I knew. Oh shit. Let's think about it. Why would they hide in the wardrobe is the question. I don't know. I think it's correct. That is So the murderer first hid inside the wardrobe, then after you and Lope were drugged, he sneaked out, murdered Lope, and framed you for it, right? Oh, is that the truth behind this incident? It seems to conflict with the scenario in my memory. So did I pick the wrong option? You're dilly-dallying, punk, running out of lies to tell? When I arrived last night, this wardrobe was already locked from the outside. If the person inside was the murderer, he would not have been able to get out by myself. What? He would not have been able to get out by himself. He would not have been able to get out by himself. You're quite perceptive, I'll give you that. However, the arrangement within the wardrobe is indeed puzzling. If the person hiding inside was not the murderer, who could it have been? Last night I was the one who latched the door. Theoretically, it is highly unlikely for anyone else to enter the scene after that. There were books piled under the bed and the wardrobe was locked. Nothing has changed. Evidence points to someone in the wardrobe, the only place to hide. The bloodstains prove a third person, the actual murderer, was present at the time of the crime. If the person in the wardrobe was not the murderer, then it could only be this person. What? So the person in the wardrobe was me? Wait, could they have hid the body in the wardrobe? It was the victim. Okay guys, I think I just cracked the case. The guy, wait, let me show you. This guy, he was standing at the door and saying like, oh, I feel like something bad happened. So then this guy, he was also there, but he was sent by this guy to bring the officers, like this guy and the other officer people, right? So the only possibility would be that this guy is the murderer, because he was the only one that was left alone at the scene. So wait, who cracked open the door? It was him, right? Yeah, he kicked open the doors. Wait, what? Now I'm confused. The person in the wardrobe was not a murderer, so it was me, actually, in the wardrobe. Is that right? The person hiding inside the wardrobe was me. Don't you mean to say that the murderer knocked you out and then hid you inside the wardrobe? If that's the case, who was the murderer? Why would they do something like that? I am sure I will be able to answer that question very soon. What? Why is he sniffing? Is he crying? What are you doing? Yeah, that's what I'm also wondering. I didn't seem to catch the scent of camphor wood on you, Shen. Oh, that's right, but he did. Oh, okay. I am fumbling everything. Allow me to reconsider. Oh, you two, after all that whispering, you got a conclusion or not? Yeah, so it was actually the victim who was in there. Yeah, it was this guy. If the person hiding in the wardrobe was not the murderer, then it must have been Lo Pei. What a load of bull! Why would Master Lo hide inside his own wardrobe? Is he playing hide and seek? That is the only possibility left. When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. This sounds very, very familiar. Where have I heard this from? Was it in a Sherlock Holmes book? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. Mr. Shen, what is the reason for Lo Pei to hide inside the wardrobe? It was in search of inspiration? Bro just casually enters his wardrobe, like pondering what to write for his novel, like being in the closet thinking about his friend, Officer Ma. It was not of his own will, he was drugged. Damn, we have such baby girl eyes. No, he did not hide inside the wardrobe of his own will. He was hid inside by someone else. If the person hiding inside the wardrobe last night was Lo Pei, then who did you meet? Oh, so I met a fake one? Ah? Indeed. Didn't you say that you only saw Lo Pei in the room when you hung the door latch? I believe that the person I saw in this room last night was not Lo Pei, but the actual murderer. When I arrived at Lo Pei's house last night, the candle inside was still lit. But I had knocked on the door for quite some time before someone responded. Before opening the door, they even specifically tried to confirm if we had ever met before. If the person you met was not Lo Pei, how couldn't you recognize the corpse this morning? Last night, he wore a hat and mustache, had his back towards me, and the lights were dim. That's true! By then, the real Lo Pei had eaten the drugged rice cakes and was moved inside the wardrobe. What you have just said does explain the presence of a third person within the room. Officer Ma, what do you reckon? These are all just speculations. You got any evidence that proves the person who was inside the wardrobe was Master Lo? I am not so sure. So we have this wood chip. Oh yeah, his hair smelled of camphor wood, so it's this. Submit. This is the autopsy report from our initial investigations. It'll answer a lot of questions. Lo Pei's hair smells of camphor wood, confirming he hid inside the wardrobe. How is that so? The camphor wardrobe repels insects and leaves a lasting fragrance on clothes stored within. Even if Lo Pei's clothes catch this scent, his hair should not, unless Lo Pei was inside the wardrobe and his head was against the partition board the entire time. Man, we make a pretty good team, me and this little guy over here. Don't you forget Master Lo usually wears a hat. That could have just been the scent from his hat. This hat has no scent. Coats and hats worn frequently don't go in the wardrobe. That's true. Mr. Shen's deduction is indeed reasonable. What else have you found on the deceased? Look here, white glutinous rice powder on the color of the deceased rice cake crumbs. This shows that, like I had, the deceased ate rice cakes that were laced with knockout drugs. He was stabbed 3 times, yet the absence of defense wounds also proves this point. He wore a loose fake mustache, likely removed and reattached. All of the details above are able to confirm my deduction. The low pay I met last night was actually impersonated by the murderer. What kind of person would dress up as Master Law? Mr. Shen's deduction does hold some truth. However, up until Officer Ma broke down the door, the room was locked from the inside. Yeah, how could the murderer walk out of that room when it was locked from the inside, huh? The front doors are the only exit and the door latch can only be hung from inside the room. Please have a look. This is the key evidence to solving the mystery of the door latch. What? I have no idea. Is it this broken piece? It's this, right? This is a wood chip. That is correct. The key lies within this wood chip. I don't get it. Ain't it normal for some stubble to fall from the partition board when moving it around? No, it is abnormal. The wood chip did not fall on the partition board, it appeared on a pile of clean clothes. What? Bro, I'm so confused. More importantly, the inner wardrobe is made of camphor wood, yet this wood chip is pine wood. After carefully checked and confirmed, the wood chip matches the broken latch. Fair enough. This wood chip is a piece of stubble that flew off when the door latch was broken. And his face, he knows that his job is in danger because he didn't discover that. As Officer Ma kicked in, the wardrobe had been recently locked until unlocked by Afu just now. This is extremely abnormal. That's strange. Why would the wood chip appear inside the wardrobe? The reason is unknown. I have yet to completely deduce what caused the wood chip to appear inside the door, the wardrobe door. However, this issue is insignificant at this stage. What we need to focus on is when the wood chip entered the wardrobe and what it uncovers. Mr. Shen, don't beat around the bush. Tell me now, what truth does it uncover? Simply put, the wood chip flew off the broken latch before the wardrobe was locked, which means that when the door latch broke, the door of the wardrobe was still open. What? I can't do this right now, man. I do not understand what they are talking about. When the door latch broke, the door of the wardrobe was still open. Okay, fair. That's fair enough. Shen, the most recent time we know of that the wardrobe doors were open should be before you woke up, right? That is correct. Then, doesn't that mean? That means that before Officer Ma kicked open the door latch was already broken. In other words, this is not a locked room at all. Whoa,